Hi friends, FirearmPop here, and today I have another in my installments of Armed Citizen. This one coming out of, again, the latest Freedom magazine, first Freedom magazine, and it's Armed Citizen Stories. I really believe each set of stories we read has some lessons to be learned. And here we see a couple shots not even needing to be fired, and we're seeing the elderly being attacked again and responding properly. So anyway, let's get on with the story. Sitting at his kitchen table, a longtime NRA member and competitive shooter was alarmed when a masked intruder walked through the front door yielding a knife. "Who the blank are you?" the NRA member demanded, but the intruder just mumbled something and progressed toward him. The NRA member grabbed for the intruder's knife hand, receiving lacerations. He continued struggling with the intruder with his left hand and reached into his pocket with his right, drawing a .38 caliber revolver. "Get the blank out of here or I'm going to shoot you," the NRA member shouted. The intruder backed away, saying, "I'm an alcoholic and I'm not going to get shot over this," and fled the scene. That's the great ending to that story in Walla Walla, Washington. When a noise woke an 84-year-old grandmother, she noticed her hall light was on and knew something was awry. The sharp-thinking, independent woman opened the nightstand drawer and quickly grabbed her .38 caliber revolver. "My mind told me to get the gun," she explained. No sooner had she done so than the intruder appeared at her bedroom door. The woman fired a shot, striking the wall. The intruder ran out the back door, which he had kicked in. That's in Oakland, California. Good for you, Granny. Denard Joe was stopped in his car at an intersection when a man wearing a red bandana tapped on the window and pointed a gun at him. Big mistake. Joe, a concealed carry permit holder, drew a handgun and opened fire through the window, striking his assailant twice in the chest. The carjacker, who had just been released from state prison last November, ran a short distance and then died. And that was in Lakeland, Florida, back in April. Home alone in his two-story house, a man heard a knock at his door. Glancing at the window, he saw three men sneak around the back sliding door. The sound of breaking glass made it clear that the men were entering the house. The homeowner went upstairs, locked himself in a bedroom, and got his gun. At least one of the burglars approached the bedroom door and was about to enter when the resident opened fire, killing him. The other burglars fled, one of whom was nabbed by a responding officer's police dog. And that was in Tacoma, Washington. Church minister Kiyomi Wright and his young son interrupted a burglary as they returned home one morning. Wright saw the burglar, who was armed, and immediately drew a handgun and opened fire. Glass shattered as bullets struck the front door. The burglar wisely ran away, according to police. The intruder, that was my cat. According to police, and the intruder was not struck. Neither Wright nor his son were injured, and that was in Fayetteville, North Carolina. You're not supposed to knock old people down. I'm too old to be going through all that, said 83-year-old James Brooks after a hair-raising burglary incident. It began when a man knocked on the door, claimed to have lost his cell phone, and inquired whether Brooks had seen it. Soon after, a second man knocked on the door and told me to go sit on the couch because he didn't want to kill me, Brooks recalled. At first he thought the suspect was joking, but his intent to do harm quickly became clear. As the suspect attempted to lift Brooks' television, Brooks saw his opportunity to retrieve a firearm. He fired a shot, wounding the suspect, who fled the scene with assistance of the two accomplices. Brooks said he lives in a neighborhood for more than 25 years and never had anything like this happen. These young people have got their whole lives to live. Why spoil it? Brooks has said rhetorically, I'm thinking the suspect got the message. And that was in Dayton, Ohio. Good for you too, sir. A woman and her husband pleaded with the man to quit attempting to break into the home. As the man dialed 911, the suspect banged on the front door and shattered the surrounding glass. The husband shouted that he was armed with a rifle. He even fired 2 warning shots in an attempt to halt the break-in, but the suspect forced the door open anyway. As he entered the home, the husband fired a single shot from his .22 caliber rifle. The suspect shot once in the chest and killed. That was in Cruz Bay, Oregon. Now, there you go. Size doesn't matter. .22 caliber rifle. Shot him in the chest and killed him. So, a .22 caliber will do the job. Well, here's a couple of lessons we learned today, that shots always aren't necessary. It is a good idea to keep your armed weapon, your legally owned and armed weapon, nearby, even when sitting at home. You know, people think I'm home, I'm safe, I have my weapon locked away. And in 2 of these instances, someone just broke in the front door. So you don't know how quickly the stuff is going to hit the fan, and you should be ready. Okay, don't forget to visit me on Facebook, FirearmPop. Visit my webpage, FirearmPop.com. And as usual, this is FirearmPop. Be safe out there, and God bless. Bye now.